just always been there. It's just always been there. Home, alive, all providing and
All right. Hello. Welcome in. We seem to actually be rolling. This is all good. Welcome once again to the weekly Wednesday Warble. Put this up here and right there. Hopefully that's all good. Today, our heading is Tilly rhymes with silly. So I'm going to wear a silly hat the whole time. And I mostly have, silly-ish songs. Hello, Samuel. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to have you here. So we're going to get started. With actually a... okay, I see. I need to write down this resolution that YouTube wants me to use for next time. We're going to start with a co-write with my friend Jimmy Yamagishi, and actually we're going to start by making sure my guitar is actually in tune. But Jimmy sent me the opening verse and chorus, and I took it from there. It's your favorite hat, exactly. So I like to point out, if you're joining us for the first time, that I am a serious songwriter. But we do like to do some silly songs. This song is not true. This is not a true story. There we go. That's a little bit better. Hello, Marlis. Welcome in. Stuff the turkey and leave the feathers on. That is when I realized something strange was going on. She pulled the guts and muscle, left the skin and bone. This was not the kind of turkey I expected to take home. Taxidermy Tilly, she learned it from her books. Taxidermy Tilly, it only takes one look. She mounted it gracefully, its penetrating gaze retains its noble bearing thanks to carefully chosen glass beads. She smoothed out every feather, varnished up the beak. Its vibrant lifelike posture freaks me out, it looks like it might speak. Taxidermy Tilly, she learned it from her books. Taxidermy Tilly, it only takes one look. She's so proud and she's so happy, sharing her hard work with me. And she's not wrong, it's quite the deed, but I can't help but hope it flies away. Well, I was stunned and speechless, which she mistook for joy. All I could do was smile and nod and hide the thing in the garage. I keep it in the cupboard, hope she calls ahead. Then I put it on the mantle so our friendship doesn't join that bird. Taxidermy Tilly, she learned it from her books. Taxidermy Tilly, it only takes one look. Taxidermy Tilly, she learned it from her books. Taxidermy Tilly, it only takes one look. that made it into the into the song by and by. All right, so the next one is a cover, and this is Lou and Peter Berryman. Lou and Peter Berryman, who have written some silly songs. They are also serious folk musicians, but they've got some silly songs. And I learned this song in the traditional folk style in which another folk singer sang it to me, and I was like, that's great. I need to write those words and chords down. And then later I found it in the Rise Up Singing book. But anyway, this is a chat with your mother. And just one moment. One moment, friends. All right, there we go. Yeah, that'll do. There are pirates and their fetid galleons, daggers and their skivvies, with infected tattooed fingers on a blunderbuss or two, signs of scurvy in their eyes, and only mermaids on their minds. It's from them I would expect to hear the F word, not from you. But we sit down to have a chat, and it's F word this and F word that. I can't control how you young people talk to one another, but I don't want to hear you use that F word with your mother. There are lumberjacks from Kodiak vacationing in Anchorage, enchanted with their pine tar soup and caribou shampoo, holding 7 weeks of back pay in their aromatic woolens. It's from them I would expect to hear the F word, not from you. But we sit down to have a chat. It's F word this and F word that. I can't control how you young people talk to one another, but I don't want to hear you use that F word with your mother. There are militant survivalists with Gucci bandoleros, taking tacky khaki walkie-talkies to their rendezvous, trading all the latest armor-piercing ammo information. It's from them I would expect to hear the F word, not from you. But we sit down to have a chat, and it's F word this and F word that. I can't control how you young people talk to one another, but I don't want to hear you use that F word with your mother. There are jocks who think that God himself is sitting in the bleachers on a cold November morning with a belly full of brew, whose entire grasp of heaven has a lot to do with football. It's from them I would expect to hear the F word, not from you. But we sit down to have a chat. It's F word this and F word that. I can't control how you young people talk to one another, but I don't want to hear you use that F word with your mother. There's unsavory musicians with their filthy pinko lyrics, who destroy the social fabric and enjoy it while they do, with their groupies and addictions and their poor heartbroken parents. It's from them I would expect to hear the F word, not from you. But we sit down to have a chat. It's F word this and F word that. I can't control how you young people talk to one another, but I don't want to hear you use. No, I don't want to hear you use. I don't want to hear you use that F word with your mother. Welcome in, Samuel's sister. Is it Arlene? Is it? Oh, I can't see. Is it Serlene? I'm sorry. I'm not wearing my glasses, I think. Serene. Welcome in. Good to have you in here. The theme of today's program is silly songs, so we are doing silly songs. And next on my list is a song, that was a song about a chat with your mother. This is a song that I co-wrote with my mother. And so when I was growing up, we had this one butter knife. I guess it's a dinner knife. But there was one knife in the house that's got this bone handle, and my mom has always been very fond of it. And we only had the one. And I was on my Twitch show one day writing a song, because I write live on Twitch, and I had, I think I had a prompt to write a song about a knife. And I was like, well, it's a good thing my mother isn't here, because if she was here, she'd insist on writing a song about her perfect butter knife. So anyway, she wasn't there, and I'd probably spent about half an hour throwing things out. It was, it was October, so there was Halloween, so it was like, oh, maybe it's a murder ballad, or maybe it's a spooky song about a knife, and maybe it's maybe it's about really I don't know, like some metaphors, it cuts like a knife kind of thing. So anyway, I'd spent about half an hour coming up with things, and then my mother showed up in the chat, and she was like, oh, you're writing a song about a knife. Well, you should write a song about my quite old, good quality, stainless steel, genuine, bone-handled knife. And I was like, well, obviously. Obviously, that's what we should write a song about. So then my mom told me all about the knife, and so she has a co-writing credit on this one. And there's 2 songs in the set today that start with. And I tried very diligently not to put them back to back. No other drawer in the house had anything in it when we moved in. The closets were empty, the cupboards were bare, the room's dark and empty. But there in the back of the drawer in the kitchen, third drawer from the top in the house down on Field Street, sat a quite old, good quality, stainless steel, genuine, bone-handled knife. No other knife in the drawer can handle a turnip so well. No other knife in the drawer can separate pieces of meat from the freezer. No other knife spreads butter better. No other knife cuts through pate the same. No other knife is a pleasure to use like my quite old, good quality, stainless steel, genuine, bone-handled knife. No other knife in the drawer has such a keen and attractive blade, has such a heft, it's a pleasure to use, a tool finely crafted. But there in the back of the drawer in the kitchen, courtesy Southern and Richards and Sheffield, sits a quite old, good quality, stainless steel, genuine, bone-handled knife. No other knife in the drawer can glide through a pastry so clean. No other knife in the drawer can separate pieces for deli sandwiches. No other knife spreads butter better. No other knife cuts through pate the same. No other knife is a pleasure to use like my quite old, good quality, stainless steel, genuine, bone-handled knife. No other knife spreads butter better. No other knife cuts through pate the same. No other knife is a pleasure to use like my quite old, good quality, stainless steel, genuine, bone-handled knife. No other knife in the drawer. There we go. There we go. Quite old, good quality, stainless steel, genuine, bone-handled knife by Kyla Tilley and Marlis Tilley. And I'm going to now do this one. This is a silly children's song, And I learned this for a, this was in the soundtrack, maybe for Deadwood. It was in the soundtrack of a show that we watched, and it's a Peggy Seeger song, and it really got stuck in my head, and it really got stuck in my husband's head. And then I was doing a snake themed show, and so it's about a snake, so it got added, and it's a silly little kids song. So this falls under the category of like just plain silly little songs. And I put it in this section with the mothers because for some reason my mother likes this song. Snake baked a hoe cake and set the frog to watch it. The frog fell a dozing, the lizard came and took it. Bring back my hoe cake, you long-tailed nanny-o. Snake baked a hoe cake and set the frog to watch it. Frog fell a dozing, the lizard came and took it. Bring back my hoe cake, you long-tailed nanny-o. There's a silly little song for you. And then we'll stick not quite, well, like with children adjacent songs. The next one I'm going to do is a Peter, Paul and Mary song, and they were not children's performers, but I feel like they were certainly child friendly. They were serious folk musicians. That was a quick one indeed. That was a very quick one. Saturday summers when I was a kid, we'd run to the schoolyard and here's what we did. We'd pick out the captains, we'd choose up the teams, and always a measure for my self-esteem. 'Cause the fastest, the strongest played shortstop and first. The last ones they picked were the worst. I never needed to ask, it was sealed. I just took up my place in right field. Playing right field, it's easy, you know. You can be awkward, you can be slow. That's why I'm here in the right field, just watching the dandelions grow. Playing right field can be lonely and dull. Little leagues never have lefties that pull. I dream of the day when they hit one my way. They never did, but still I would pray that I'd make a fantastic catch on the run and not lose the ball in the sun. And then I'd awake from this long reverie and pray that the ball never came out to me. Here in right field, it's easy, you know. You can be awkward, you can be slow. That's why I'm here in right field, just watching the dandelions grow. The game's dragging on, there's strikes on the batter, some runners are on. I don't know the inning, I've forgotten the score. The whole team is yelling and I don't know what for. Suddenly everyone's looking at me. My mind has been wandering, what could it be? They point to the sky and I look up above, and the baseball falls into my glove. Here in right field, it's important, you know. gotta know how to throw. That's why I'm here in right field, just watching the dandelions grow. That's why I'm here in right field, just watching the dandelions grow. There we go. Right field, which certainly not unlike my experiences playing baseball as a kid. And then when I played on my community softball team a couple years ago, I certainly mostly played right field. So that is Peter, Paul, and Mary. What have we got next? Okay, next we have another pairing. I've done a lot of pairings of songs today. Yes. So this song is a song that I wrote. I sort of yeah, it's so glad it has a happy ending, isn't it? Yeah, it's good. It's good that it has a... This song would be different if it didn't have a happy ending. I might not have chosen to play that one without the happy ending. This is a song that I wrote about writing a hit single. And it starts the same way as the quite old, good quality You'd Have Cried Buckets Otherwise. We hope that nobody ends up weeping at the Tilley Rhymes with Silly episode of the Kyla Tilley show. But this starts exactly the same way as my quite old, good quality, standard steel, good quality, quite old, good quality stainless steel. See, I actually don't know what the name of that song is. It's too long and complicated. You set out to write a hit single. You read up on all the latest trends. You wrote down you sat down and brainstormed common themes, but you could only think of two. Hit singles speak of love and dancing. That's why you had a different success than you were planning. That's why they never played your song on the radio. That's why you dwell in relative obscurity at the top of the underground, with write-ups and scenes in the esteem of your peers. You wanted a real money maker. You knew you had better make it rhyme. You wrote down the words you heard the most, but you really only heard 3. Ooh, baby, it's a you, baby. That's why you had a different success than you were planning. That's why you never played your song on the radio. That's why you dwell in relative obscurity at the top of the underground, with write-ups and zines in the esteem of your peers. That's my theremin solo. You know people like a simple rhythm, to clap hands and tap their toes. You tried hard to stay in common time, but you just had to drop a beat. Hit singles are not in 7. That's why you had a different success than you were planning. That's why they never played your song on the radio. That's why you dwell in relative obscurity at the top of the underground, with write-ups and zines in the esteem of your peers. I knew I should have started with a chorus. I knew I should have made it sing-alongable. I probably should have given it a catchier title. Maybe it should have resolved. There, a different success than you were planning. And a little while after I wrote that, I decided to try my hand at writing the song described therein. This is actually quite a serious song, but I think it still fits the bill of silly. it's true. Honey, there's no one for me out there but you. No one can compete with you for my heart, baby. Oh, honey, it's true. Do you feel the same way about me, baby? Oh, honey, I see you looking at me the way that I gaze in your eyes. My love is requited. We are united, baby. Oh, honey, oh, baby, it's true. Do you know I feel just the same way, baby? You and me, baby, me and you, honey. There's nowhere that I would rather be than here, where you and me together form one big amorphous us. Ooh, baby. And staying on the topic of, this is actually a quasi serious song. It's a serious song. This is a serious song. But silly, before silly meant foolish, silly meant like awe-inspiring. And it's on its way back to meaning that again, like when someone's like a really good guitar player, we call them silly. We're like, oh, that was just silly. Or if someone does something really amazing in a sport, you might say like it was silly good. So I feel like silly is on its way back to its original meaning of awe-inspiring and great and wonderful. So this is a song about something that is awe-inspiring and great and wonderful. Oh, hello. Yes, I see you. I felt you calling my name. That shade of pink, so unusual and yet so me. That line so exquisite, a silhouette so simple and yet unlike any other on the market. A décolleté so subtle and filled with wicked promise. That heel so elegant, so flawlessly supports my weight, and molds so strikingly my legs, standing in that firm embrace. I channel some force from beyond, so ethereal. I take one step, then two, then twirl. A gasp, a sigh, a squeal, there is no doubt. I am taking you home. All right, all right. Yes, let's do this. I think there's one that I forgot to actually write on the list. And I'm just going to pull its lyrics up just in case. I feel like I feel like this one there we go. I feel like this one will follow after that one quite nicely. I think it works. This is from my New Shoes album. I used to do this with a band. We did not record it the way we did it with the band, but I used to do this with a band, and they would shout random things throughout it, which made it even sillier than it is when I do it on my own. Why not take off all of your clothes and throw them on the floor. You'll feel so much better. You'll feel so divine. And you can dance a little jig, then you won't be confined. You can breathe a little deeper. You won't be confined. Just go natural. Go natural. Natural. Go natural. When you were born, you wore nothing. Ever wonder why? Back then you were cold and gooey. Now you'll be warm and smooth. And you'll feel the world on your body. Feel it in every hair. You'll feel every molecule around you. You'll feel part of it all. Just go natural. Go natural. Natural. Go natural. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Don't worry, nobody can see you, not unless you want them to. You can smile at your neighbors if you forget to close your blinds. And don't be ashamed of what you look like, I'm sure you look just fine. We spend far too much time absorbed with our flaws. Just go natural. Go natural. Natural. Go natural. Why not take off all of your clothes? All right. So we've got 2 songs left, which I think actually gives us a bonus song, and that's all right because one was very short, and one was quite short. So this is I'll put my guitar down for this one. This is an a cappella song that I wrote, and it had this is one of those songs that came from a prompt, and I probably wouldn't have written a song on this topic without prompting, because the prompt was "I'll make you sorry you said it," which is kind of not the type of it's not really the type of song that I write. I don't think, that's kind of antagonistic, and I don't feel I write songs from an antagonistic viewpoint, which is why working with song prompts is so much fun, because you end up doing things you absolutely wouldn't have thought to write about. But yeah, so I had this prompt, and I was like, okay, well, what kind of angle can I take with this "I'll make you sorry you said it"? And I thought about the concept of getting revenge by living well, which I think is kind of it is the way that people should, if one needs revenge, one should try and seek it by living well. But that's what this song is about. Yeah. All right. And this is a sea shanty. This is a sea shanty, so if you pick up any words, feel free to sing along. Oh, you said nobody would listen to that. I'll make you sorry you said it. Maybe in some universe it might pass for art. I'll make you sorry you said it. But you're gonna be so jealous when you see my beachfront property. When you see her beachfront property. Oh, you said nobody would wanna buy that. I'll make you sorry you said it. It wasn't your aesthetic, therefore it is bad. I'll make you sorry you said it. But you're gonna be so hungry when I'm eating 3 square meals a day. When she's eating 3 square meals a day. Oh, I'm gonna make you eat those words. You're gonna wanna take back what you said. When you see how thoroughly I'm living well, you're gonna feel stupid for opening your mouth, and I'll make you sorry you said it. Oh, you went online and typed nasty things. I'll make you sorry you said it. You spouted your opinion to all of my friends. I'll make you sorry you said it. But you're gonna be so thirsty when I'm sipping premium whiskey, when she's sipping premium whiskey. Oh, you trolled my followers, insulted my dad. I'll make you sorry you said it. I told them not to feed you, but it got out of hand. I'll make you sorry you said it. But you'll be green with envy when I'm golfing in the county down, when she's golfing in the county down. Oh, I'm gonna make you eat those words. You're gonna want to take back what she said. When you see how thoroughly I'm living well, you're gonna feel stupid for opening your mouth, and I'll make you sorry you said it. Oh, you said I'd never amount to much. I'll make you sorry you said it. My face is ugly, my ideas are dumb. I'll make you sorry you said it. But you won't know what you're missing when I cook my mousse in Pinot Noir, when she cooks her mousse in Pinot Noir. Oh, you said nobody would ever want me. I'll make you sorry you said it. Apologies, I think you might be projecting. I'll make you sorry you said it. And you're gonna be, and remember not to covet when I'm drowning in my Louboutins, when she's drowning in her Louboutins. Oh, I'm gonna make you eat those words. You're gonna want to take back what you said. When you see how thoroughly I'm living well, you're gonna feel stupid for opening your mouth, and I'll make you sorry you said it. Oh, I'm gonna make you eat those words. You're gonna want to take back what you said. When you see how thoroughly I'm living well, you're gonna feel stupid for opening your mouth, and I'll make you sorry you said it. He might have just dropped the lid on the piano. Yeah, we newly have a piano in the house, and it's right above. It's right above me, and I did just hear a sound that did sound like possibly closing the lid of the piano on the keys. All right, we have one song left. We have one song left today, and it is a true song. The knife song was a true song. The shoe shopping is true. That's really how it is for me. Right field was kind of true. But this one is based on, I saw an article in the newspaper, just a little brief in the side, that said, aging octopus finds love at last. And then it went to tell the story. I don't know exactly, like, this is national news. It was a little side note in the national news, but it was still national news. Some aquarium, an elderly octopus, and like little tiny octopuses in a tank. They had this old octopus that had never mated, and they were like, well, he's getting on in years, and they introduced him to a young the old octopus was named J1, and they introduced a young octopus named Aurora to the tank, and they got it on. And I decided to write a song about that. And this will be our final song in the set for today. With all the grace of the octopus clergy. Never thought about girls, never thought about children, never thought. Now he's going to sire 100,000 of them. The spermatophores have been seen hanging down from J1 siphon. We really didn't think he had it in him. We really didn't think. she's just a young thing. Aurora, she's rather fetching. He's getting on in years, his skin is eroding. He's not as strong as he used to be. His suckers have divots, but she likes senior octopi. She's been looking for a long time, 'cause male cephalopods die soon after mating. The spermatophores have been seen hanging down from J1 siphon. We really didn't think he had it in him. Oh, we really didn't think he had it in him. Touch from her tentacle, set his sweetheart's beating. Oh, and look from her milky eye. Then he changed color. They intertwined. He wrapped his 8 tentacles around her, and they made love for 8 long hours. Spermatophores have been seen hanging down from J1 siphon. We really didn't think he had it in him. Oh, we really didn't think he had it in him. Spermatophores have been seen hanging down from J1 siphon. We really didn't think he had it in him. Oh, we really didn't think he had it in him. My screensaver just came on. And that is our show. That is our show for today. I think my squiddly tentacles were getting caught in my strings. Thank you so much for joining me on today's program, the weekly Wednesday Warble. You didn't think you didn't know it. And you know what? I have played that song with like nearly I guess actually that's not true. But I've played that song with 2 of my other bands. I wrote it for Endearing Perversion, which was one of my metal bands. And then I've done it solo, and then I played it with Tea and Bread, which is one of my it was like, I would say, my vaudeville Celtic group that I had in Celtic duo that was vaguely vaudevillian that I played with in Montreal, and we did that one as well. So gave you some laughs. So we've that is our program for today. I hope that was adequately silly. I could have picked like a whole bunch of really serious songs and just done them with this thing on my head, and it would have fit the bill. But I will be back. I will be back next week. I think we're gonna do Heat next week. I've got a couple of different. I've got a couple on the horizon. I'm still trying to decide which one we'll do first. But I think we're gonna do Heat next week. And I hope you join me there. And I hope you have a wonderful week between here and there, and suitable for all. Excellent. Have a great week, everybody. We will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining in today, and we'll see what happens next week. And for those of you who join me on TikTok, I'll see you tomorrow morning.